Richard Dawkins, the famous atheist, will lambast Christianity, but he won't say anything against Islam. It's an interesting interview where he's asked, well, you talk about how ridiculous Christianity is all the time. Why don't you say anything about Islam? And he goes, mum, won't say anything. Why? Because the interview asked him, are you scared? And he still wouldn't say anything because he is scared. And his being too scared to answer that question is very telling, and it tells us two important things. One, it tells us the difference between Christianity and Islam. You can criticize Christianity. You have the free will to do so. And Christians will love you, hopefully, and embrace you even when you do it. But that's the civilization that Christianity produces. And Richard Dawkins will say, and has said, he likes living under the umbrella of a Western Christian civilization. So Christianity has a peaceful response to this debate, but not Islam. But the other very telling thing is this. Richard Dawkins, who does not accept the testimony of the Gospels, should think about his own fear in answering the questions. One of the most persuasive points of the Gospels is the fact that those disciples of Christ, after they saw his resurrection, became apostles, and they were all martyred, willingly went to their deaths. They were not afraid to speak out about Christ, about the resurrection. And imagine living 2,000 years ago when they would crucify you for speaking out. So Richard Dawkins being scared to speak out is very telling. The apostles were not afraid to speak out. So the fact that they would speak out to their deaths is testimony of itself, of the truth of Christianity, of what they witnessed. It's also the power of Christ. When men lose the fear of death, Richard Dawkins is afraid to speak because he's still afraid to die. The apostles were not afraid. They spoke out, but they had no fear of death.